Jon. You do that. All right.
What is up, everybody? We got a little bonus, a little extra credit for everyone this Friday night. We figured out that people in our situation tend to not go out on Friday nights as much as we used to at this age. So we're looking for shit to do about this time of night. And we figured we would talk a little bit of shit, maybe a little bit of collectibles. What do you guys know? What's new? What's new since Wednesday?
Oh, man.
The fucking Bears lost. It was pretty pathetic.
That was a rough game. That was like watching old American League baseball.
No, that looked like a preseason game, dude.
That was
I had
bad.
Aaron Rodgers on my fantasy team. That killed me.
He didn't do shit either, did he?
I had Aaron Jones, and he got me a solid 4 or 5 fucking points.
Could have had Trubisky.
Dude, it was pathetic both ways.
I don't think Trubisky's that bad. I think that offensive line in Chicago is just horrible.
I don't see how too, because it's pretty much the same line they had last year, and their line is good. So,
and Tarek Cohen drops way too many balls. I mean, he did not impress me at all.
Devontae Adams didn't do anything.
Montgomery did a little bit. But.
True. I mean, the Bears defense held true to what they're supposed to be. Green Bay's defense looked better, and Nagy said he even thought it was his fault for not putting his these offensive situations on the field in the preseason at all. So we'll see what happens with teams that don't do that. We already see McVay won't play people. I mean, the Raiders schedule. Derek Carr literally got one series, led a touchdown drive, and they're like, "Fucking, you're good, dude. That's it." And then although the Raiders schedule was a little different because they had a game in Canada on an 80-yard field instead of a home game, so that's where the Stars would have been playing. But they're on this messed up field in Canada because our owner's cheap as shit. But anyway, he'll be rich next year when they're in Vegas. But yeah.
Guys, here's another thing. Most of you all obviously know Shaun. If you don't know Shaun is one of the bigger NFL fans in existence. He's a Raiders fan exclusively, but as far as someone that keeps up with the NFL and goes to games, there's fans and there's guys that actually go to travel to NFL games and keep up with everything. Shaun's that guy, so that's why we're excited he was going to help us out sometimes on this podcast because his NFL and his sports knowledge, being in LA and the area in which he lives and lived his whole life is Angels, Dodgers stuff. I mean, he's gonna hear stuff and see some stuff, some trends that we're not going to in a huge market. So that's just a little. If you guys don't know him, obviously, but
I go to about half the games in Oakland every year. You'll see me at Ricky's on Saturday nights in San Leandro. If you're a Raiders fan, you know what that is. If you've never been to Oakland, let me know. But this is your only chance because this is our last season. Then you'll be seeing me in Vegas. I will be at the Colts game, the Colts and Raiders, September, I think 29th. So I'll be, or maybe, I think it's 29th, but whatever that Sunday is, 28th, 29th. So I'll be in Indianapolis. Maybe our good friend from Flipside, Mr. Jon Z, will come out and have some beers with me down in Indy. Maybe I get Aussie Z.
By the way, Aussie had the single greatest comment. I'm not going to spoil it, but he had the best comment in chat on Wednesday night. I was literally fucking crying.
So, I gotta go back. I don't remember it.
Well, Joe, you got to start paying attention because you didn't remember key spec that he said in the chat anyway. It means you're fucking slipping out there, and that's something grown men can't do. It's slip.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Women and children can slip, men can't, Joe. And you're slipping. You're getting old on me.
I am. It's creeping up.
But I tell you what, I can't creep up on your house anymore.
I know. Dude, they were putting that system in.
Did it wash away in a hurricane?
You didn't buy a system. You imported a T2000 from the fucking future to just walk around.
I got RoboCop in my garage.
Jesus.
I put a security system in my house, and they have to, in order to sync the system with the people who monitor my house, they have to set the alarm off.
Oh, yeah, I know how it goes.
Dude, they got these lights on my house, these big blue flashing lights, and this siren that is so loud. I had neighbors walking up the street, knocking on my door, asking me if everything was okay.
But Joe told us about the security system that him and his bride got, and needless to say, I dare anyone to fucking try sneaking up on the fucking compound.
Hey, if you like collectibles, security systems and firearms are a necessary part of life. I got a wall of slabs back here. Like you got into both of those things at my home. Firearms.
I could guarantee you, Trey's got $200,000 in a box in his closet.
I used to. That has been remedied.
Yeah, you know what? I honestly, I know this isn't like sneeze at stuff. These are like books I like. I took down the ones that people rob the house for. You know what I mean? Like let's put it that way. Those need to be in a safe. And let's just say, God forbid, like the house catches on fire. Like, let's be serious. You know, collectibles insurance or not, I want my books, man. You know.
You know what's funny is every time, as you guys know, in tornado season, I have a get the fuck out of town bag, and I can fit 17 slabs in this bag comfortably. And you want to talk about straight up hell trying to figure out which 17 to put in that bag. I haven't moved any out. It's still in the shit bag. Damn.
Yeah, man. I got a gun safe for comics and a gun safe for guns. So, like, if they can burn those things down or get them out, hey, good luck.
See, the good thing is all I got to do is fucking text Jacob Dunn if I need some fucking help. He's about 28 minutes out, bringing the fucking smoke wagon.
Oh, dude, yeah, the original UD rapper, greatest of all time.
He had the one UD hit for
Mr.
sure.
Dunn.
Hey, so before we get completely off football, I gotta ask you about what in the fuck is going on with your Raiders. And another thing is, have you seen Antonio Brown's value on his cards have gone down tremendously over the last 3 months? If you look,
now's the time to buy. He's gonna break all Jerry Rice's records with Derek.
I did pick up Derek Carr in the 13th round of my draft, thinking that he has tons of tools. If that tight end pill popping dude fucking turns out to be what I think he is.
Oh, Waller's the man, dude.
Yep, I actually looked at his rookie cards last night.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, he's a cheap buying right now. So Darren Waller is a really good buy.
Obviously, I'm talking to fucking you, but do you remember what Jared Cook did the first game of last season in fucking Gruden's offense? He went for like.
I do. And but even at a point that he said it on Hard Knocks, but I know everything that they say. You know, the offense runs through the tight end, so that's why we drafted Foster Moreau out of LSU. And I actually think that guy's a little underrated because at LSU, like they're just the passing tight end wasn't part of the offense, so that's why I think we got a good. I want to say we took him in the 4th or 5th round. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's going to be necessarily a fantasy superstar, but like Darren Waller's got to be owned in every single fantasy football league. I mean, the guy just like that. If you like, although I read everything every Raiders beat writer writes, everything they tweet, I know everything about that. But like, if you get like Hard Knocks did give us a little bit of an insight, which I thought was great. Like how he goes, Gruden didn't realize they just yanked Waller out of the game, and they're on about the 5-yard line. He's like, "Where's Waller? Let's get that fade." You know, if you're with me, knock on wood. But anyway, so he
does the knock on wood thing. I like it.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. But so it just goes to show they're like, oh, we took him out. And he's like, well, I know you did, right? But it just goes to show the point. He wanted to see it. He wanted to see the guy do it, and he would have had a touchdown in the first fantasy game, but fucking Glennon overthrew him by like 6 feet over his head. But he's wide open in the end zone. I mean, that's not his fault. He wasn't going to doink the ball. He's not Amari Cooper or Michael Crabtree, who could only catch one out of every like 4 balls thrown their way. So, you know,
I'm excited about the Hunter Renfrow. I think Carr's going to throw up some decent fantasy numbers if he doesn't get hurt.
Dude, I like little Hunter Renfrow, dude. And
did you see how
my wife doesn't know how much I like Hunter Renfrow.
Ooh, get a little closer. I didn't see that.
It's
what brand is that? There it is.
Ooh. So what brand of card is that?
Dude, that's on card.
Right at the back. It's a 2019 Panini certified number 240, and yeah, it's the signed on card with the part of the jersey number. So it's more okay. So in the card things is I'm relearning the game again through you guys and our other friends. So the ones that I find are cool, and like I probably sound like a douchebag talking about this, but like the ones that have the numbers on them or part of the letters are the ones that I think are fucking sweet. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like just like a little bit of I don't even know if this is number or letter. And I'm always 13 fan, so we finally got a good number 13. If you can't see the big leg 13 jersey right behind me. So I thought it's pretty cool. This kid's picking up 13, and as he beat Alabama. Oh, who's that? That's your boy. That's
a collegiate James Washington. That's from his book.
Oh, James Washington. Oh, okay. Yeah, dude. I did today.
Yeah, and then what was these are the only really good football.
That's the RPA.
Yeah,
National Treasures.
Yeah, I tried to tell you too. That was one of the cool things about it. I had someone today, it's like Jedi something in the Mayway messaged me and said, "Hey, dude, you've been doing good on your card spec, and people would listen if they'd have made money on the Matthew Wolf. And I was like, that made me feel good. So the transition to card spec is definitely a lot more difficult because you control nothing. I mean, it's literally, it has all, you have all to do with how the performance of the athlete's doing. So, but speculation has a lot to do with it. I mean, that's why some of these guys that we're seeing, these superfractors, go for, $25,000, $50,000 for guys that hadn't hit in the big leagues yet. So the speculation's real in sports cards, same way as it is in comics and everything else. It just has a different flow to it right now. Keith, are you getting paid sponsorship by this iced tea company? Because I just realized after every podcast we have, you have this that little sweet iced tea just nicely placed in the corner.
I switch it up, bro. Sometimes I drink beer.
And casually, you slowly grab it and take a sip all casually and put it back. I was like, God.
I'm not sponsored by the Raiders, and I haven't been showing my labels yet. So there's a lot of hops in everything I drink, unless it's whiskey, or tequila.
So you guys see that book Heartless picked up? Heartless Art. He's in the chat.
Oh my God, that was one of the bigger monster books. The black and white 1 in 30 D23 Disney Marvel one. That's a fucking mouthful to say. 1,000. Fucking hoss.
Yeah.
It came with the interesting thing about it is it came with a print.
Yeah, it came printed out. So our boy Heartless Art over here is hit me up and he's like, I have a line on one of these. So if you guys, those of you who are coming from MeWe, I'm the silent partner, and not that I'm silent. It's just that we hadn't discussing it. So he didn't want to be rude and be like, hey, look what me and Shaun are doing, So anyway, and so he's, we were talking about it on the show last Wednesday. So 9 days ago or whatever, and he's like, hey, so if I find one of these, or I think I got a line on these, would you want to go house on it and figure it out? And I'm like, depending on price, but in all honesty, probably fuck yeah. Probably doesn't really almost matter what the price may be. So it's 1 in 30 for a Disney variant. It's a sketch. They're numbered. They were handed out by CB, the fake Asian guy. I mean, that's what happened. This is a story. Look it up. I'm not saying that as a joke, but anyway, Pam Zizzle and the Hizzle, and so
what's up, guys?
What up, John? What up, man?
Hell
anyway,
long time no see, Mr. Kenyon.
How you doing, buddy?
What up, John?
Great, man. How you guys doing? Outstanding.
We were about to talk about a speculation that you guys had brought up in your podcast about the Venom first host that was in the Walmart packs.
Yeah.
Apparently, Vanessa talked about one of the guys in our MeWe chat may have found another line on a different vein of them with a Spider-Man cover. He talked about it a little bit ago, so we figured invite you on to discuss y'all's spec a little bit because it was one of the better ones of this year for sure, and one of the cooler ones. I mean, it reminded us a lot of that Ultimate Fallout 4 from the Five Below packs about 2 years back, to be honest with you. So,
and that stuff was crazy. Everybody's like, no, they're there. I never saw any, but they obviously existed.
I got a couple, and I had another one where I was able to. A guy got 3 out of Ohio and sent them to me to press, and he told me if I pressed the other 2, he'd give me the one that was in the not greatest of the quality, and it still created a 9.6. So I mean, can't complain. Yeah. So did you find any of the first hosts?
No, I didn't. I did a little looking, but didn't find any.
So I found 2 that had the Guardians of the Galaxy on the front of them and bottom, and it had a Miss Marvel variant, Avengers 2 variant, and the Amazing Spider-Man 697 5th print. It had some interesting variants in there, so I bet there's some decent stuff hidden in there. I think more and more people are buying those. I think there'll be some pretty cool books getting found, hopefully.
Oh, question is, have you guys seen the prices drop on that book as a result?
Oh,
As we're hitting the market?
No, I haven't looked.
I don't think people are finding enough of them, man.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen them not flood the market.
Yeah, and you know what? It all depends on the book because it's not like, let's say they find another 1,000. So what? Half of but let's say they packed another 1,000 in those packs. what percentage of those people are probably or even speculators that are giving a shit that are going to put it on there? Like, dude, at Walmart, a lot of those are going to be for honestly, unlike a comic store, at Walmart, a lot of those are actually going to be for kids.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
They're also going to be trash too, because the way they take care of those comics, they just throw them in. The workers throw them in. People look through it and they bend the shit out of all of them.
Oh, dude, Topher said he just sits on the ground in Walmart and opens them and figures out what. He said he sits on the ground and thumps through them, right? And just whatever. It's like whatever. He's all the fucking Walmart workers don't care, right? I'm not trying to give anybody any ideas here, but like he's playing dirty.
Don't fucking do that.
In the car, dude,
that's Keith. You know you do it,
dude. He's from Boston, dude. They're heathens over there. You can do whatever you want, man.
That's the equivalent of being the guy that brings. There's photos of a guy on the internet last year in Florida that has his own digital scale that he brings into Walmart and Target to weigh packs. Because eventually you know which packs have certain inserts and stuff like that based on weight.
Yeah, the autos. They're searching for all the autos.
This motherfucker was laid out like this, like Burt Reynolds on a fucking bearskin rug, just sitting there dropping packs on the scales one by one, like it was nobody's business. People were just walking around in carts and shit. So it would not surprise me that Topher's the comic equivalent.
That's so fucked, man. That's fucked. The workers should at least fucking do something about that.
They don't know what he's doing.
They don't care, man. The best is most of the time they're by like the checkout.
Yeah,
they're right up front, man. It's crazy.
Dude, and I'm not dogging anyone in this whole world. Like, actually there's actually at working for a job, but like, are they paid enough to give a flying fuck about the comic book section of their store and some dudes looking inside the packs? Like, not really. Are you guys going to tell me when you didn't want new deodorant, you haven't gone to the grocery store and pulled the lids off those motherfuckers and smelled them and put them back?
They're really stocking.
You never opened up a new hair gel and like stuck your finger in there just to see if it's the consistency?
I have not. I have not.
Well, that's right. You haven't eaten hair gel in many years.
Maybe I'm a turd, but this happened in my life, and it might happen again. It might happen again, but now that I'm older, I just buy like 3 different kinds on Amazon and see which one works out.
Dude, I found a Mitchum. I don't know what kind.
Mitchum.
Mitchum's solid.
Man, that shit works.
By the way, it was Aaron Kalsnick who found it in the front cover books, the symbiote Spider-Man with Mysterio and the Black Spider-Man on the cover. There's another book I can't see what it is, and the third one's the first hose. So maybe another line on the Guardians of the Galaxy that was originally found. So
it's always in the back. It's always the last book in the back.
Well, so far.
Makes you wonder if Marvel knew something and overprinted that book for something. I mean, honestly, like you start wondering about shit like that with all those Ultimate Fallout 4s laying around. And we know people that have bundles of Ultimate Fallout 4 is not a rare book. The variant is even. No. I mean,
I've been to podunk shops of the regular, and they have a short box of them.
Yep. Absolutely. So I think with some of the speculation going on about the future of that character, it doesn't surprise me that they may have printed a few extra of them. So it's good business on their part. I mean, like I said, right when all the Kates and the Carnage stuff's going on, that the biggest retailer in the world may have some sitting on the shelves as they're trying to get their comic book department more and more off the ground. I don't know if they're that smart or not, but I want to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Well, it makes you wonder, why do they end up in the Walmart packs versus like the diamond sell-off? How do they choose what goes where? Probably just the later print, I guess.
Yeah, is anyone keeping up with the Carnage stuff? I read the first one, and then I read the solicits for what's going to happen afterwards, and I completely couldn't read anymore. Is anyone reading any of the tie-ins of that?
I'm not reading anything.
Nope.
Yeah.
I read Doomsday Clock, as I said, and what was the other one? I read 2 books on Wednesday. I read Doomsday Clock, which
Justice League?
Yes, it was Justice League 32 and Doomsday Clock.
So Doomsday Clock's actually maybe going to end sometime?
Yeah, I'm not really spoiling anything. The last page of this one was the very first time Dr. Manhattan and Superman laid eyes on each other, and they's about to fight. So I don't know what's going to happen. There's been some really cool stuff. It's just one of those things. It's kind of like Secret Wars 2. Do you remember how there were some weird gaps in it and kind of fucked with the fluidity of it? But how great of a book it really was. This is very similar. I mean, the delays and some of the things that went on with it really killed the momentum and the flow of it.
Well, I remember when it came out, I was like, I'm going to read it in the trade. That was 2 years ago.
Yep. Hell, you remember the start of Rebirth. I mean, you remember Rebirth Zero? Sean, what was the very first time I came to California? What was that? Literally the first time it was at Stanley Comic-Con, Kamikaze Con or whatever the fuck it's called.
It used to be called Kamikaze.
Remember that was when they announced the Rebirth
5 years ago. Oh, the Rebirth? Yeah. You know what? Like the first podcast we did was Rebirth was like, that's actually the beginning of Rebirth.
Yep.
Like, if you remember, we were all reading Rebirth and trying to report on Rebirth as fast as possible.
All I know is if Geoff Johns doesn't give Johnny Thunder his fucking life back after what's gone on in this last fight. I've never seen a comic book character get tortured. He's lost his mind. He's in a time no one remembers him. No one remembers the JSA. His fucking genie's gone. I mean, literally, he's in shambles, and they've literally put him front and center from the beginning of Rebirth Zero until this last Doomsday Clock. It's horrible, the torture they're doing to him. So I really, really hope that they give fucking Johnny Thunder a huge fucking send in, or whatever you want to call it, when they finally do give him his due, because oh man, they're torturing that guy.
And so if you want to go back to spec at all, so when John jumped on about the 1 in 30 Disney copy that we happened to acquire, and it is in the mail. It's from non-comic people that Mr. Heartless described to them how to properly ship comic fucking.
It's in the first class.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, you know what? If you're packaged right, I don't give a shit about first class, but I think two of those copies, because those Marvels are so thick. Like, this isn't a pressable book. If you have all those Marvel 1000s, you can't fix those things, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. You could do a tiny bit with some pressure, but if that thing's fucked, it's fucked because it's cardboard. You know, it's not paper. You know.
Sean missed the show Wednesday where I talked shit about the fucking book and said, "You send me that motherfucker, I'll press the shit out of it." I pressed some fucking word-bound book. I promise you, if it's bound, I can press that cocksucker.
All right, well, fine. Then show me how. But anyway, we did see it, and it looks great. But there's another book that I don't know how many people have talked to, but I was talking to our friend Matty D about this one, and so at SDCC there's a 1 in 25 sketch variant handed out, 1 of 25 copies, not a 1 in 25 copy of a Silver Surfer Black, and it's got the same like holding thing in here. So here's a picture of it. This is a copy of Silver Surfer Black, is a rare variant comic book, limited to a print run of 25 copies. Marvel created this variant as a very exclusive memento and is only given to our most special fans. Hope you enjoy this comic book as a thank you for being part of the Marvel family. CB Belusky, Marvel Comics, #1 or whatever. And it's the Silver Dew, so it's got the sketch variant of the Bullseye Carnage head dude.
Is it true that
so there's only 25 of these and not one has hit eBay since SDCC? Not fucking one copy.
I've only seen one. The one we saw on Instagram was the only one I ever saw.
I'm not sure. This might be where he got the pictures.
Because we actually talked about it on the podcast, like it was whenever it came out. Yeah, like few episodes ago.
Okay,
it's been a while.
Is a rumor true about the hand job in the alley that Heartless had to give for the consideration of the book, or is that all rumor and speculation?
Well, you know what?
I heard there was a dry handy in a back alley. I don't know any other details. I'm not going to insinuate or,
Shipped from California. He might have me drive and go do that for him, but whatever. We're not going to talk.
He's got a badass car.
We're not talking about that. Yeah, but anyway, America. But yeah.
Keith,
what
do you think about this Zion stuff now? Now that we're about a week into the first Zion cards hitting eBay.
Yeah, people are crazy, dude.
Oh, there's some crazy money on those. I was just watching them. Jeez,
it's all $100,000.
It's all college shit, dude. What's gonna happen when this pro shit comes out?
Are you guys buying any of those, John? Any of your guys? Are y'all?
I haven't seen him buy any basketball yet, but I think it's pretty freaking fresh. So I am sure a couple of the guys will get into it.
We all tried like hell to get in on the first of the line draft contenders, and we got our ass destroyed by the Panini website.
I mean, that stuff's tempting as crazy as that market is.
Dude,
I mean that one card. I mean, granted, apparently it was relisted after it hit that 99,000 people.
I don't think that was a relisting. I think the first one was bullshit from China.
Yeah, I think it was fake, dude.
Really?
Because the second, because they were both number 3 out of 5. And then,
I showed you that one, right? And I was like, hey, what the fuck?
Another one, I was like,
same fucking card, dude. In America, though.
Card. And this was probably a real. The pictures look real.
My guess is the China guy got the picture from Instagram. Is my guess.
Yeah, because it was the second pictures were like it looked like a way more legit United States seller.
Yep.
And also, the pictures looked like clean and original. They didn't look like screen caps of
of Asian descent. He's allowed to say that about the Chinese and I presume and assume about them. So everyone relax. All right, I got two. We talked about this on Wednesday. What in the fuck do you guys think about Bendis potentially turning Batman into one of the African American characters in the DC universe? And what do you think about the future of Batwing 19 as Lucas Fox, it seems to be the front runner to lead the position of Batman in Gotham after Batman pretends to play dead in the DC universe, is what the rumor is?
Well, it's just for an arc, right? It's just an arc, right?
Yeah, it's just a story.
No, that was the whole.
But he's not dying. They just said he's going to be. We're going to know he's
going to assume that he's dead.
I'm not saying that Bruce Wayne, but what can anyone explain to me why this needs to happen? Or is it a good idea and I'm just fucking an idiot?
I think it's purely a PR move, trying to get some heat, some things. I mean, especially when they've already said he's not going away. It's just a storyline where another guy plays Batman. It's
Bendis' politics that bother me. And when and granted, politics have always been around in comic books to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But it's like, why do we have to turn something that's been around for so long into something different to try to appease? Who are we trying to appease here, though? That's what I don't understand. Like, Batman and Bruce Wayne are white guys. Like, could you imagine if they turned T'Challa? Like, if they killed off the Black Panther and had some fucking white dude take off the manor of Black Panther in Wakanda, there'd be fucking riots and fires right now in real life. I'm not sure.
Well, there's no white guys in Wakanda.
Bullshit, Bucky lives there. You need to watch
Bucky.
Okay, Bucky.
Hey, Trey.
Bucky was there.
I got to bounce.
We got
Thank
one
you guys for
handicap
having me on, man.
Well,
you got it.
thanks for coming.
Good luck to you, dude.
Thanks, Z.
I'll catch you in a few weeks, Leg.
Yep. All right, man. Going to Indy. Big Z's coming. I told him we got room for Ozzy too. Bring the whole fam, dude. Let's do it.
Are you meeting up with your friends in Indianapolis again that you usually meet up with?
Yeah, and it happened to work. The Raiders having a road game, so it was like a double excuse. So yeah, I'm just flying out solo. Wifey staying home. Bring my two best friends growing up. Moved to Indianapolis, or not Indianapolis, but the area about 8 years ago or something. One did, and about 2 years later, the other one kind of followed for a job. And so I've been getting out to Indy about once a year, and Indiana Comic-Con was the excuse last year. The year before that was one of them getting remarried. I was his best man for second time, but he's been married 3 times. So I guess the first time I wasn't good enough. But anyway, so and then the Raiders are there, so I got to see them. So last time with comics, so all the Forgotten Five we set up and we sold at the con, and then the John and his brother Mike both set up, bought the other half of the booth. So we all set up together and sold the Indianapolis Comic-Con last year, and it was Easter weekend. And I saw I went out to visit Trey and Dr. Joe before that. Okay. I got a lot of Keith and I haven't met face to face. We've been internet friends for like 7 years. But I've met I've met like, let's just say I've met so many like CBSI guys through this just comic platform, man. Like, I mean, like I've met like 100 people in person that have like literally taken the time to stop. And because of the like Mike Z just said, yeah, we kicked the Easter Bunny's ass. We did. Yeah, because of all this, man, it's so great meeting people. And because of the podcast, also people have avatars. So because of all the podcasts, they're more likely to recognize me So it's cool when people just say what's up. It's always been a good time meeting people, meeting lifelong friends, doing stuff like this. It's been a really good platform, man. So much fun over the years.
That was one of my favorite things when I went to, was it 4 years ago when I went to all those cons? Like I was literally at a con every week, was finding someone in that city that was part of the CBSI group that was going to be at the con. I mean, I always, no matter what city I went to, there's 4 or 5 people I always got to meet, I got to meet Ozzy Mike Zurcher at the my one and only Indianapolis Comic Con, which is I tell people it was the worst and longest day of my life. I had to drive through the fucking state of Ohio and part of Indiana from Pittsburgh. It's
a brutal drive,
like
dude.
the
I've made
shittiest 3 states in a row connected by a highway.
Oh, come on, dude.
Shit. And I had to drive
it's
through.
Not that bad.
And I get there. And literally, I think they were the F5 guys at the time. I think
they were sold up. They were sold. I wasn't part of Forgotten 5 Comics yet, but at the time they existed, and they were they sold in Indiana before I was
right. So I think I found
there.
I bought a really high grade Spawn newsstand. And what was that book that was coming out that had the hooker on the cover? It was a graphic novel. Like she literally like all bent. Yes, that was the hot book of the weekend for whatever reason. So, and Gary Nussler, it's Damien with an A. So I don't know who the guy with the E is, but
Gary said Trey's salty. The Damien's not bad.
No,
he's fucking 11 or something. He can't be Batman yet.
Batman. Damien's currently tied up and not talking any shit because Bane's about to break his neck too. So,
have you guys started to watch the new Titans?
What's funny is I lied about Wednesday. I was like, I'm gonna go watch your shit because I looked at one of those countdowns and I thought it said like 14 minutes till countdown. It was like 1.4 days instead. So obviously it came out this morning. I didn't get to watch it. There is speaking of that, Gary, Topher has a theory, and I think he's dead on, that the magic that Damien used to tie up Gotham Girl is the actual deal he made with the demon to take over the Batman mantle where he can't die and be the immortal soul that 666 predicted. Interesting. I haven't dove that deep into it, but I don't think Topher's been wrong about much since I've known him. So if Tom King was smart enough to do that, then I may have to step back and reevaluate the last 35 issues, but that's yet to be seen. So.
Which books are you reading, Trey?
I read Batman. I read Titans, Teen Titans, Detective, Justice League.
Any variant titles in there or Valiant?
No. The Valiant titles I usually use as fucking toilet paper because that's what they're worth. And if you check the collectible market, most people agree with that.
No Marvel titles?
I read 1 through 2 of the House of X and that, but I'm 3 weeks behind. Everyone keeps talking about how brilliant it is, so it's one of those ones. Probably this weekend I'll have a lot to do. I may sit down and because they're long books. Hickman doesn't write a short comic, so.
I haven't read any of the X books. I heard they're good, but
I went down one of those weird fucking rabbit holes on Instagram where those people that post the comic book pages. Have you all seen those? Where they post like 5 or 6 pages. Golly, there was a guy who had a bunch of Hickman shit from the Fantastic Four run that was doing like the Galactus as his herald stuff. Hickman's so fucking good. So good. I prefer the matte version of toilet paper, Mike. It seems like it's a lot softer on the
cleaner too.
Yeah, it's a lot like it seems like it.
What are you watching?
That's not me, Sean.
He's not even listening to us.
What is he watching? Is he watching like an old episode of Cops on VHS? What are you doing? He looks like he's about to get up any second and like yell there's a fire too. So
I think
it's a lot of concentration going on in there. I don't know, man.
It's not like we can talk because whatever's going on is pretty loud. He's watching a video on his phone.
That's a music video, dude.
There's something to do about Antonio Brown. It kind of makes me feel better about the team. He is getting a dry handy. He's standing up. I totally forgot. There could be some weird shit going on underneath that desk. He has to look up. Physically,
Dude,
there's no way you can.
Look at
Did he pass out? Hey! Woo!
What were you listening to, man?
We heard the whole video.
And his mic's off.
Antonio Brown just posted a 2-minute video about his trials and tribulations to fucking YouTube.
We heard it.
Where he secretly recorded the John Gruden conversation. But it actually makes my coach sound like a G. He tells him, like, can't you just play fucking football, man?
Did he really?
Yeah, but anyway. No, it's just like all production. It's not even bad. They even said John Gruden's kind of laughing at it. But it is anyway. It's good.
Hell yeah, we're Friday Night Roll. That's the one thing I like about this group is we don't hold back. We say what's on our mind. We may cuss a little too much. We may get a little rowdy at times, but we go and try to keep it as real as we possibly can. Like Sean's fucking hair at 10 o'clock, boys. When your hair looks that good at 10 o'clock at night after you've been drinking, shit.
Dude, I'm not tanked.
Guy looks like fucking Val Kilmer and Top Gun hair right there. Look at him like fucking
Keith's
Iceman.
got the hair. Look at Keith, man.
Keith got good hair. He's got that coif, what is it? The coif. Look at that. Like he uses the Awapui shampoo and shit on that thing.
You got to, man.
Justin Bieber meets Jason Momoa.
It's sharp
for you, man, huh?
Now that Sean's living with his wife, he said fucking she's checking to make sure he's looking good when he walks out the door. She's like, nah. I guess it is.
She cares the least is the funny part. She cares the least.
I guess it is 8 o'clock there. Wait till about, I've seen Sean about 12:30 Los Angeles time. His hair don't look like that because he's fallen at least twice.
No way, dude. 2:30.
That was my favorite part is when you finally just got tired and laid in the grass after the fight. I had another photo of you on the ground. Sean got tired of walking and we were waiting on an Uber and he was just intoxicated enough where he found a patch of some cool looking green grass. Sean posted up. Boom.
Sometimes when you gotta lay down, you gotta lay down, man.
I don't know if I've ever waited on an Uber longer than that.
No, I waited on one at that Raider game. I went to Baltimore Comic-Con and I fucking called in sick the next day and went to Sunday Night Football. Because I already booked Baltimore trip before the Raider schedule came out. And I was like, dude, they're playing the Redskins on Sunday and I'm gonna be in Baltimore, dude. Like, I mean, how the fuck am I not gonna go to the game? You know? So I bought what they call like a dream seat. I take an Uber an hour. I took an Uber an hour, right? To get there.
Damn,
and after
dude.
I was on like 2% battery, right? So I'm on 2% battery and my Uber showed up after waiting for almost an hour outside of FedEx or whatever they call it after getting dog stomped on the field. And and they went in 2-1 and like top 5 in everybody's power rankings too. Like it was a shit game, man. And it just fucking sucked, dude. I was on there with a Raiders hat and a silver because I didn't know I was going to the game, so I didn't have, because like I said, called in sick and did it. So I didn't have my jerseys and my regular shit, just a Raiders hat. So I actually had a silver and black CBSI shirt that Scott made for me that I wore to the game. You got me throwing the O up on the end of I think either a couple extra point, but like I was on TV throwing up the O. I was like, I'm third row or second row or whatever I was. And,
you had a 1-of-1 CBSI shirt, if I remember right.
I think that's the he made a
that's
couple
silver
ones,
black
but I think
version.
it's the only one on that material. Like I think he made one on like a black at first, and I gave Scott shit. I was like, "You made a silver and black one, and I didn't get one." And like I didn't really let him off the hook. So the next time, as soon as we walked up and Scott picked us up to go have breakfast in Baltimore, he was like, "Here you go." So that was cool.
By the way, shout out Enrique. Appreciate your service again, bud, and congratulations on the Doc Joe victory on Wednesday. 5 a.m.
That's early.
Yeah, that just makes me.
Hey, we got to figure out how to do a screen share in here.
Well, yeah, you have to have 2 screens. If not, whatever's on your current screen shows up.
And I have a 49-inch screen. My screen is literally that big. So
like when you got your Pornhub up on the other tab and you try to share it, we're all going to see it, Joe.
Well.
I do have that ability.
I think Joe's an XNNX.com guy.
A what?
That's the other dirty side, isn't it? Is it X something NNX or something like that? Don't act like you don't know.
I don't know.
Bullshit. Both of you.
Nobody's looking at the URL, dude.
XNXX. Apologies.
X. Let me write that down. XNXX.
Hey boys, I'm sad about this, but
no, we're out anyway. Let's
I did leave the birthday event a mile away, and we only had one car there. So I'm definitely my wife's kind of there alone, and the dog, and like the whole family and my friends are there.
Oh yeah, dude.
So I gotta.
You can't leave, Jenna.
I'm glad we got to do this on a Friday. It was great.
Yeah.
So that was fun. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks everybody for joining us. Make sure to check out MeWe, Instagram, all the other shit we're doing, Facebook.
We have a Pornhub channel. We're gonna have.
Hopefully, we'll have a webpage soon.
Starring Joe.
Webpage, hopefully. Yeah, we'll work on that. Anyway, all right. Appreciate it, guys. I'll talk to you later.
Absolutely. We're gonna wrap this up anyway, but we're talking about it. We're gonna try to do as many of these as we can. If we have 25, 30 minutes and we're able to get all four of us together and stuff like that, we're gonna do our best to try to do as much content as we can until we find our voice. Because I mean, we're aware that this isn't a well-polished machine yet. We're just trying to figure out where to add sports cards into our comics and vice versa, and what else we need to add, and personalities and everything else. So
yeah, all the any kind of recommendations or
absolutely constructive criticism is welcome. Please,
yes. Yep.
And we have some ideas. We got some big stuff coming. Like I said, it's just. We're not in a hurry on this one deal. Like people always ask me. People forget we were stuck at like 34 members at CBSI for like 4.5 months. I mean, we didn't hit 100 members till like 6 months. So growing fast in this day and age, it doesn't make any sense. We don't want that audience anyway. As we can see with some of the shit going on in the comic book world right now, we really just don't want. We want people that are going to be in the hobby for the long run, people that have collected in the past, and people that we can relate to. So. We're the fast people, the fast followers. That's not what we're into. So, like I said, if there's 35 of us, like there has been tonight, and they're all people we know and appreciate and respect, we're happy with that too. So
yeah.
Totally.
Hey, one quick comic I've seen shoot up like crazy before we get off is that Invincible Iron Man 7. Have you seen that thing selling for like $250 for 9/8?
Ironheart? Is that it?
Riri. The news. $250.
Now that's interesting. When did that jump?
Well, there's news that MCU is signing Robert Downey Jr. again as Iron Man for a TV. Is it a TV show, Keith?
I think it's streaming. Yeah, Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Oh,
so Robert Downey's coming back, and they're going to be introducing Ironheart. So that book has seen a little spike. I don't know about the variant.
I want to talk about that a little bit on Wednesday. Remind me, I want to talk about why the Marvel Cinematic or the Marvel TV Universe speculation is so much more pronounced than the Netflix, the Umbrella's Academies, the Lucifer, some of the other media TV shows that we've seen over the last 4 or 5 years. Now, granted, we're dealing with a monster.
Disney's.
Yeah, but is it because of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the established actors and characters?
That's probably plays a role in it. That plays a role in it.
Let's talk about that on Wednesday.
They also know they're going to get a shitload of viewers,
Yeah.
I
just can't. Can you imagine the money Disney's having to pay these actors and producers?
Oh, it's got to be so expensive to do any of that shit.
It's going to be very interesting to see, like with the Apple service and the Disney service, and with Netflix. Like I said, Netflix. I don't see Netflix going anywhere. Granted, their stock and stuff's gone down, but I have long-term faith in Netflix, to be honest.
Yeah, but Disney's definitely trying to squeeze Netflix right now because their price is half.
But here's the thing: here's the same thing that happened to Netflix. Once people, after that second year, and they start going after other deals for the actors, and they start re-upping on contracts. That's what happened. So I mean, Jeremy Renner is not going to do 5 seasons of fucking whatever Hawkeye and his daughter. You know what I mean?
They can't afford that. No,
they can't afford that. So that's what it's going to be interesting to see is how many people watch it, what kind of ratings, what kind of reviews it gets, and what kind of money Disney's going to continue to put up. Because I mean, could you imagine if we know this? If it takes $100 million roughly to do a Marvel movie, and that's a low end budget for a 2.5-hour movie. And they're doing 6 and 7.5 hours of production and series work on the exact same type of stuff. So they're basically shooting a trilogy in the Marvel Cinematic Universe with those same actors. I mean, how much money is that costing them?
And
Dude,
Downey's not cheap. That guy. No. But I think a lot of it comes down to DC Universe and how the success they had. I think people are expecting a lot more from our friends over there at Disney. So
nope, that's they're printing money over there.
That fucking Mandalorian trailer was insane, dude.
Oh, I haven't even watched it yet.
Holy fuck!
Oh,
dude.
It's cool.
It's fucking nuts, dude.
I saw that Gus from Breaking Bad plays a big role in it, but I hadn't seen.
They got an IG droid, dude, fucking shooting the place up. It's mean, dude.
Okay, I'm looking at it right now.
Dude,
sure, I'm really excited. Okay, see Stormtrooper helmets. There's horns blowing in the background.
I like the play-by-play, Trey.
Looks like
I'm just watching for facial expressions.
It looks like the Predator killed about 15 Stormtroopers.
Fuck yeah, dude. The Predator's a fucking.
It looks like the Predator's about to land on Earth. Now that I mention it, they're in Tatooine. There's a hand on the desk. Fucking Lando! No, that's Carl Weathers. Holy shit! No,
Carl Weathers. Yes. Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Fucking Apollo Creed. Okay. Slutty alien winked at it. People in a river kissing. Black stormtroopers. Gus. A Fett. Oh shit!
Did you see where he pulled him through the fucking door and he closed the door?
Oh shit!
Oh, not yet.
What was that?
We all saw the way that motherfucker fought against Luke on the fucking skiff.
That's not fucking Boba Fett, you idiot.
That's not?
It's a Mandalorian. A Mandalorian.
Who is the exact clone of Boba Fett? They're fucking clones of the exact same person. I watched the movie. Am I wrong? Are they not clones of the exact same person? So they all have the same physical capabilities.
Actually, Boba was exactly the same as Django.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is, no matter what, if Boba Fett they had the same physical capabilities.
Exactly the same. The clones. I don't know. I don't think they're exactly all the same.
That was Batman fighting in a Mandalorian costume. A pair of that guy that couldn't even fucking get his.
Well, plus Mandalorians aren't even clones anyway, dude. They're a whole fucking different race.
Speaking of clones, I need to have a talk with you off air. Speaking of that, guys,
I know what you're talking about.
We had blast tonight. Like I said, we're going to try to do these more often. Please leave comments. If you find something cool in any walk of life in the collectibles, post it. We're not going to fucking delete it. Unless it has to do with like fucking strawberry shortcake and shit like that. And then I'm probably going to delete it and tell you I didn't.
And you'll probably get banned.
And you're probably, we're not fucking around. Y'all have a good weekend. Go Cowboys this weekend on both fronts. Pokes and Dallas.
See you guys.
The Oklahoma State University.
Hey, we got that trademarked, buddy.